Yankees headed back home to take on the Tigers after a tough road trip, and there's still one question on everybody's mind. When is Aaron Judge going to start hitting again?
Everybody asks that, Paulie. There's no answer for it.
Hey, this is the legend from the Paul Feinbaum Show, also a big Baltimore Orioles fan.
You can stop right there. To be a legend, people have to have heard of you.
I'd just like to say I love the show. I love the Yankee tears even more. Y'all ruled for years. Y'all been on top for years. But these young birds are coming.
Well, congratulations on a good weekend for the Birds, and I appreciate the call. I really do. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. The last time the Orioles won a World Series, gas was just over $1 a gallon. There was a brand new company called Apple Computers. The Berlin Wall was still up. And in the 41 years since that World Series championship, guys like Chadwick Boseman and Anton Yelchin and, Lil Peep have lived out their entire lives and never got to see the Orioles win a World Series. So let's calm down. Let's win something. Let me know when there's a parade, and I'll give you a congratulations.
Not the result we were looking for against the Orioles there. We're gonna have to beat our division rivals. There's no doubt about it. Boston's also actually looking better this year than I thought they would be, to be completely honest. It's gonna be another team we might have to contend with throughout the year, but as far as the Orioles go, they look legit. They look like a real World Series contender. Got to tip your hat. They were the better team these 4 games, this series here, but we just got to do better.
Absolutely right. You tip your cap, you move on, and there's one benefit that can come from this. I try and look for the good in any situation. Now the Yankees and, more importantly, the Yankees front office have gotten a good look at the disparity between these two teams. Orioles are a better team, 100%. They are a better team, but they are not without flaws. And the Yankees can beat them if they can put together the right missing pieces, get a few guys going. I saw a repost from the Yankees report from a guy named Barry at Yankees Bar, and I'm going to put this graphic on the screen. It goes through Aaron Judge's slumps over the last several years, and extended slumps are not new. He has, pretty much every season, a nice long slump, and this year was actually not the worst of it when you look at his overall production, because he does have some home runs and he has drawn some walks. But 2017, he had about 2 months where he hit 178. 2019, he had about a month where he hit 230. 2021, he had about a month where he hit 231. 2022, for just under a month, he hit 179. 2023, from April 10th to May 12th, he hit 205. So, same time of year. And then this year, obviously, from March 28th to May 2nd, 197. So he has had some extended slumps. Let's just hope he gets it going soon.
So I've been watching your podcast for over 2 years, and I've been always wanting to call about the consistent stuff that I see that's the problem with this team. It's all got to do with the hitting approach, the useless hitting coaches that they have. Even today you mentioned about Volpe's just reverted back to his stupid uppercut swing, full power swing, and stopped taking that approach that he was taking, hitting the ball for base hits. I don't understand why this team refuses, number one, to have a 2-strike approach. Number two, to have just get a base hit mentality. It doesn't all have to be uppercut swings, full power all the time, and nobody is more frustrating to watch, and nobody has a more amateur-looking swing to me than Gleyber Torres. When he was a rookie, I was a huge fan. His second year, obviously, he had those ridiculous numbers, but he is just full swing, full power, any pitch, up, down, in and out. It's just he has no approach.
Man, you nailed it. You just hit that one out of the ballpark. The approach of the hitters is something that concerns me more than anything else on this team, other than potentially injuries. Now, you see year after year, just like you said, guys, especially in counts where it's not really a home run situation where you got 2 strikes, swinging from the heels and taking a big uppercut, especially Gleyber Torres. He is the worst offender of the group. I think that Anthony Volpe kind of gets into that, like he slips out of that mode where he's being a good leadoff hitter and driving the ball to right field. And it's weird, when he was at the bottom of the order, he really was taking like the leadoff approach. And now that he's at the leadoff spot, he's swinging like a cleanup guy. I really want him to get back into, every at bat. Think middle of the field to the right side of the field. Look for a pitch that you can hit the other way and get on base. You can hit home runs. You've got the power to hit it to right field. We saw him do that numerous times at Yankee Stadium last year. He did it in Milwaukee. If you want home runs, you'll run into some home runs just by making good hard contact the other way. You're not a pull hitter, AV. And Gleyber Torres, we could spend all day breaking down the things wrong with Gleyber Torres' approach. We did this a few years ago. There's a video I put up. He just explodes through the left side of his body on almost every swing. He is trying to lift and separate, is what a hitting coach would say. Lift and separate. He wants to drive that ball 14 rows back into the left field bleachers almost every pitch. And that's not when he's at his best. We've seen him at his best. It's when he's letting the ball travel deep in the zone and hitting line drives to right field. And then guys try and bust him in, and he's still quick enough. He's still got very quick hands that if you come into him and he reacts inside, he brings the barrel in and he can drive it out of the ballpark. But most of his power, I don't understand how he doesn't comprehend this, is to right field anyway. You go back and look at his home runs. He's had a ton of home runs to right field, ton of big home runs to right field. I get he wants to be a home run hitter. He wants to get paid. That's how guys get paid these days. But I promise you, you will have a longer, better career, Gleyber Torres, if you become a complete hitter. He's just got such an unorthodox approach, a lot of movement, and it can be easy to get into a funk. But if he recenters himself on the approach of, okay, I'm going to hit a line drive over the second baseman's head, that seems to be when he is at his best, and he becomes one of the best players in the league. So great call there.
Yeah, this is Steve from Cleveland. I think the way the Yankees are playing right now, they're starting to build doubt probably in the mind of Juan Soto, whether he really wants to sign up for this if this continues through the season. He probably is starting to question some things because he's going to get his money no matter where he goes.
Just thought I would add a little bit of perspective here. The main team that's considered the favorite to sign Juan Soto is the Mets. The Yankees have a better record than the Mets. They have more runs scored than the Mets. They have less runs allowed than the Mets. So his situation is actually pretty good. His previous team was the Padres. The Padres are under 500. They're 16-18. They were not great last year. The Yankees are a better team than he probably would have been playing on if he had stayed with the Padres. I'm sure he would have made a difference. And they're better than the team that is considered the favorite to sign him, the Mets. But I do agree that you don't want to let this get out of hand. You want to have a good year and leave Juan Soto in a position where he feels like if he comes back, he's going to win a championship. And right now, the Yankees are in their longest World Series drought since, maybe in franchise history, since the 82-95 drought. And you got to figure at some point in the next several years, that drought will end. Hopefully it's this year with Juan Soto, but if I'm him, I'm thinking, look, this team is going to get back to the World Series. I want to be a part of it.
Hey, Derek, it's Spike. Now, I just want to say I'm very positive as a Yankee fan like you are. Like I always am thinking, things will come around, As far as Judge goes, I'm not really mad at him. I'm just more concerned. I've seen a few times this year he gets a fastball right down the middle, and he misses it. Today it was 93. It wasn't even serious gas.
Last night we did a breakdown. You can give it a look. I'll put it up right here, but you can see that he starts a little bit later this year. This is the same pitch in the same spot, synchronized release, and he just starts a little bit later. I think that this is something that, is an easy fix for him. Once he locks in that timing and gets started at the right spot, and it might be that he's a little bit older and a little bit slower, you got to start a little bit sooner. That makes you a little bit more susceptible to the breaking ball, but you won't be missing 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Start just a fraction sooner. That's what I hope he starts doing this weekend. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will be back after the game. Yankees-Tigers tonight in the Bronx. I'll see you next time.
Ball game over.